Remember back to a moment in your life when someone took something away from you. It was taken away from you, but either it was a situation, another person, or was it you who allowed it to be taken away? I think what's really important to keep in mind is the fact that we take away things from ourselves, and we do this negative self-talk. Countless times I sit with people, and I share with them, and I listen to what they say, and I'm amazed at how often they talk themselves out of things. I want to tell you about a time in my life. Many, many years ago, I was in high school, grade 12, about to graduate. And I remember that, and I'm thinking back to that period of time, I was one of 500 students in my graduating class. But you know what? I was maybe student number 237. What I mean by that is, I wasn't a momentous number. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't an artist. I wasn't a musician. I was a faceless, aimless person wandering the halls, thinking about their future. I was about to graduate, and I walked into my counselor's office, excited to tell him that I had just applied to a college. And I wanted to consider what other schools I should look at. I was surprised that the counselor sat there, and he said, "You know, Sam," after having this discussion with me, "maybe you might not think about going to college or university. Post-secondary education may not be for you. I don't want to say this in a negative way, but I think I'm trying to help you here, my friend." And I walked away disappointed and dejected. Because here you've got somebody who was awkward, shy, and quiet, very much like you see today. But at the same time, thinking, well, what do I do now? You've just taken away. And I started talking to myself that, what am I going to do now? Well, I had already submitted my application to college. Do I phone them and do I get that application pulled? Or do I see what happened? Well, I got a phone call from the college and they said, well, okay, congratulations, you're in, and what would you like to do? And now what am I going to do? I was told I'm not going to succeed. I went to college. Now, was I the brightest and the top student? Of course not. I did well in some courses, and I didn't do well in some courses. And to some extent, I almost felt a bit of a fraud there because somebody had told me that I wasn't worthy of this place. But I went through, and eventually I thought, well, okay, it's not that bad. Maybe I'll apply to university and transfer. And I applied and I got in. And all of a sudden I was like, what do I do now? What I found was, I sat at graduation at university, and I thought to myself, wow, you were wrong. I'm glad I never listened to you. Years later, I wound up getting my master's. And beyond that, after I got my master's, I now teach university level courses. I'm sorry, you were very wrong. But there's a reason I share this with you, is that there were 3 valuable lessons that I pulled out of this that guides me further in life today. The first lesson is you have to trust yourself. Understand that deep within you, you have something within you. You have this confidence, and you need to take this confidence and hold on to it, but you need to trust yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how are others going to believe in you? The second lesson was, there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of people who are going to tell you what to do and how to do it. If you don't, one, trust yourself, you're going to accept it. If you allow people to tell you what to do, they're living their life through you. Well, what you need to do is find champions and enablers. Find those 1 or 2 people in your life that are not going to tell you what to do, but they're going to ask you valuable questions. They're going to get that voice out of you. Because that voice is there. That voice needs to be heard. And the third valuable lesson is the fact that at a certain point in your time, in your life, you have to just do it. Having that trust, having those voices, and those people around you, those champions and enablers, are going to allow you to take that leap and do what you are meant to do in life. I have taken this over and over. Like, I've thought about it and I've built this into my life, and I can see how this is now transcended into everything that I do. And I encounter those moments in life where I'm faced with a situation. And I look at the trust, I look at those people around me that are my champions and enablers, and then I do. Demons will be around us, and demons will approach us, and they will tell us that there's a storm coming. And that storm is everything around us that we have to brace and worry about, and can I handle it? Well, when those demons come to you, and they say that storm is coming, you look that demon in the face and you say, I am the storm. I leave you with that. Thank you.